Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2024. If there's one thing I can give Apple TV Plus credit for over other major streaming companies, it's that they're actually willing to release their films in theaters. Granted, they usually don't turn much of a profit, but it's nice that they're at least given a chance on the big screen. And this brings us to their latest theatrical output, Fly Me to the Moon, a rom-com starring Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum set during the American space race. I didn't expect too much from this movie other than the lead actors being hot and there being some creative ideas that I'll talk about later, and that was certainly what I got after watching it. It centers around a marketing specialist named Kelly Jones who's been brought on board by NASA to help increase the popularity of the Apollo 11 mission, much to the initial annoyance of NASA employee Cole Davis. But when the White House deems the mission too important to fail, the pressure is truly on for both of them. Not only does it have a unique setting for a rom-com, but it also has an interesting alternate history storyline about the moon landing being faked. It's certainly not something you commonly see talked about in most major movies, so it's cool to see such a widely discussed conspiracy theory mentioned here. And although I was generally invested in what was going on, this does lead me into some of the problems that I had with Fly Me to the Moon. For one, it does feel a bit predictable at times with a lot of the stuff you'd usually expect from a rom-com, and the pacing isn't all that good either. Also, I don't know why, but this movie has so many shots of Scarlett Johansson's boobs and ass. I mean, she's really hot, so I'm definitely not complaining, but it's something pretty odd that I noticed while watching the film. But back on track now, the thing I'd say carried Fly Me to the Moon would have to be the actors, especially the two leads. Good chemistry is definitely one of the most important aspects of a good rom-com, and Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum absolutely delivered in that regard. The rest of the cast did a great job as well, and they all contribute to the film having some really good humor. Nothing laugh-out-loud hilarious or anything, but it was able to get a few chuckles out of me. As for the production values, that's another area where the movie shines. There's some beautiful cinematography, a great score by the insanely talented Daniel Pemberton, and production design and costume design that do a fantastic job reflecting the time period. I don't have much else to say here, so in conclusion, Fly Me to the Moon may not have been anything special, but it was still a decent watch. It could have used some work in the writing department, but the lovely visuals, great acting, and funny jokes help it to be among the better theatrical releases from Apple Studios. I'd say it's worth watching at least once if you're curious, especially if you want a good movie for a date. I had a hard time deciding what rating I wanted to give this, but I ultimately decided on a 7 out of 10. Not sure everyone will agree with me on this, but I still enjoyed it. Next time, I'll be talking about Twisters. I still have yet to watch the original 1996 classic, but this upcoming sequel certainly looks like it'll be a thrilling experience. Plus, the reviews so far have been great, so hopefully I'll have a good time with this one. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2024, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all later.